At the outset of Walter Dean Meyer's Fallen Angels, Richie Perry, fresh out of high school, enlists in the Army. Despite the dangers of Vietnam, his heart's desire is to emulate his favorite author, James Baldwin, and become a writer. Born in Harlem, Richie's concerns extend to the safety of his brother Kenny, while he himself faces the perils of war in a distant land. Amid the uncertainties of combat, Richie remains vigilant for Kenny and his mother, although their relationship is fraught due to her battle with depression and alcoholism. As the war seemingly approaches its conclusion, Richie and his close companion, Harold Gates, nicknamed Pee-wee, anticipate a future in Hawaii once their military service ends. During their journey from Massachusetts' Fort Devens, where Richie underwent training, they encounter Judy Duncan, an Army nurse. After Judy departs to join the medical unit, Richie and Pee-wee cross paths with a seasoned soldier who reveals that he hasn't experienced any combat for nearly 9 months. Yet, the specter of violence and death looms undeniably. Tragedy strikes when Jenkins, a member of Richie's unit, loses his life merely weeks into their Vietnam deployment, triggering a booby trap set by their fellow Americans. Further, during a patrol mission documented by television crews, Richie's squad takes the life of a Vietnamese man. Despite their leader, Captain Stewart, reporting the killing as a successful engagement against enemy soldiers, Richie uncovers the truth: the slain man was not a combatant. This revelation exposes Captain Stewart's callous disregard for his unit's survival, instead prioritizing his own advancement. Under Captain Stewart's command is Lieutenant Carroll, whose demise deeply affects Richie and his comrades. This loss prompts introspection among the squad members, causing them to question their purpose both on a personal level and as representatives of the United States. As their experiences blur the lines between right and wrong, they grapple with the profound implications of their actions amidst the tumultuous backdrop of the Vietnam War. Richie grapples with the dilemma of communicating with his mother and Kenny, torn between revealing the harsh reality of war, especially after being involved in a fatal combat incident, and shielding them from the truth to spare their feelings. Recognizing his writing talent, fellow soldiers ask him to compose letters to the families of fallen comrades. He also drafts a letter to Pee-wee's former girlfriend. At this juncture, Captain Stewart offers Richie a role in his office due to his typewriting skills. Exposure to more combat situations gradually desensitizes Richie to the horrors of war. In the course of duty, Richie sustains injuries that land him in a military hospital where Judy, the nurse, tends to him. Here, he encounters fellow soldiers with more severe wounds who are being sent home. Faced with the choice between fleeing and returning to his squad upon recovery, Richie deliberates extensively. Ultimately, he opts to rejoin his unit, as he realizes he has no clear destination if he were to escape. As more troops are repatriated, leaving fewer soldiers to fight in Vietnam, Brunner is selected to lead Richie's squad. Tasked with tracking North Vietnamese forces along a river, the situation becomes dire due to Brunner's arrogance and inexperience. Amid a tense battle against the Vietnamese, Richie and Pee-wee narrowly escape. Taking refuge in a spider hole, designed for solitary observation and camouflaged to blend with the surroundings, they spend the night hidden. With the break of dawn, Richie and Pee-wee make their way back to the helicopter landing zone. There, they witness Vietnamese troops preparing an ambush for the next American helicopter. As the helicopter begins its descent, Richie and Pee-wee initiate gunfire against the Vietnamese troops, compelling them to abandon their hiding places and move within the helicopter's firing range. Amid this decisive conflict, both Richie and Pee-wee sustain injuries while attempting to board the helicopter. Following this intense battle, they are both transferred to a military hospital for recovery, aiming to reach a point where they can return home to the United States. During their hospital stay, Richie offers compensation to a record keeper to obtain information about Judy Duncan's whereabouts. The news is somber: Judy lost her life in an assault on a field hospital. As Richie and Pee-wee prepare to depart, fresh soldiers arrive. On the journey back to America, the soldiers share a moment of solidarity, clasping hands, a gesture symbolizing their unity and collective relief at leaving the Vietnam War behind. Prominent themes in Fallen Angels encompass war, friendship, and the stark contrast between the wartime environment and the outside world. Richie finds himself repeatedly oscillating between surreal and grimly real situations, underscoring the challenging realities of his experiences. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.